This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. Hey y'all, I'm here. I'm sorry. Hold on just a minute. Let me shut the door. I was trying to finish my makeup and get ready. Whew, it has been a day, y'all. Look at my little camouflage pants. Aren't they cute? I don't know if you can see them. They're so cute. I like them a lot. All right, let me put my headphone in. I'm so glad y'all are here with me tonight. I put my makeup on because I'm so sick. I could tell I was running a fever today, but I've taken Dayquil, and that's helping for sure. Henny UK, good to see you. Hello, Abelwis. Hello, good to see you. Southern Cats, good to see you, love. Heathen, good to see you. Tom, good to see you. We were wondering where you were at. What was it, last night? I think. Because, oh yeah, we were talking about boats and things, and they were like, Tom would really know a lot about that. Miss Scorpio, good to see you, sweetheart. I did email you back last night. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That was so very sweet of you, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Thank you so much. Sarah, good to see you. Cindy from sunny South Florida, good to see you. Darzilla, good to see you. Says justice for Michael Monkey Vaghan. Give Brandi her son back. Yes. Yes. Boom, 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 bam, bam. Brandi is the inspiration behind me being here. CM Wilkins, I don't know if I said hey to you, love. Hey, and it's good to see you. Yeah, I was so sick, but I got up this morning and I saw that the preliminary hearing was going on where they're questioning Stacey Wondra and basically figuring out if they're going to take it to trial. And I I knew I was going to talk about it today, but I figured I'd wait until tonight at least to see if I was feeling better, and it got worse. So I just took a bunch of Dayquil and I said, if Brandi can be out here with everything she was going through and still be fighting for him and looking for him and doing everything that she could possibly do, I could come live tonight to talk about this because it's important. This is very, very important. Parabola, good to see you. And Palola's mom, good to see you. Thank you guys for the prayers. I really appreciate it. Cindy from sunny South Florida. I don't know if I said hey to you. Hey, Cracker Jacks, I'm so glad you are here. You need to go to bed, girl. If it's 1:30 in the morning, I'm going to send you an email. I just got done washing my resin molds, and Hannah is here too. Both of you. No, I did not, Hannah. That's interesting. I'm going to send you pictures of the resin molds because I just got done washing them, and I'm going to get them out to you guys. Working insane hours right now, getting ready to go in now. Are you, Tom? I'm sorry. Hey, Lori, good to see you. Scratch Paint, good to see you. Hey, Abraham, good to see you. Okay, so I didn't know, and I just found out this morning that, hey, Content, good to see you. I just found out this morning that Stacey Wondra's preliminary hearing is happening right now, and we've got clips and videos from yesterday, I know for sure, and there's probably some from today here. Yeah, I'm going to email you. It'll probably be tomorrow. It might be either this evening or tomorrow. I'm going to email you pictures of the resin mold, colors you want, what you want, and all of that. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate it. If y'all would just pray for me. Okay. I have to put my phone on the charger. Let me pull something up for y'all, and I'll put my phone on the charger and grab that link you're sending me, Hannah. Hold on. We'll look at a video talking about today's case. I'm already feeling lightheaded. There's several videos out about the preliminary hearing from yesterday. I'm sure there's more from today as well. And might I just say that Brandi is looking good. She's looking healthy. I'm so happy to see her and how healthy she looks. So we're going to go back the furthest, which this one's from 2 days ago. And here we see Brandi. Isn't she looking just so good? I know that she's happy that she's going to court now. Like, we're finally going to hopefully make Stacey Wondra see the inside of a courtroom and account for what he did. But I wish she could have her son back. I wish they would just tell her where he is. And it's so beautiful to see her here and looking healthy and good. And she inspired me tonight because, like I said, I'm so sick. And I said, if she can do it, then I can do it. You know? All right. So I'm going to play this and grab my phone.
My baby's gone. Like, it feels like I'm in panic mode again.
Pretty emotional morning there as the man accused of kidnapping and killing 5-year-old Michael Vaghan back in 2021 appeared in court today for a status conference. Our Morgan Romero sat in on Stacey Wondra's hearing in Fayette County this morning. Now, Morgan, these status conferences are pretty brief. They go very quickly. But what did you learn today?
Yeah, it lasted less than 10 minutes because it is really procedural. But while I was in court this morning, Stacey Wondra walked into the courtroom wearing dress clothes and shackles and took a seat at the defense table with his attorney.
And the picture I have of him on the thumbnail of this video shows him from the courtroom. It's being called a preliminary hearing, and I've got video evidence from the yesterday, and there should be some more from today. So there's something going on. It says it's the preliminary hearing on everything I found. Hey, sweet, good to see you. Oh my goodness. Oh, it started my live. Okay. I thought she was Stacey's wife. Oh no, it's okay. This case, Michael Monkey Vaghan disappeared. It's been over 5 years, and the volume's very low. I'll try to turn it up. And a lot of people have known for a long time, or have alleged or suspected that Stacey and his then girlfriend and the people living in his house had something to do with Michael Monkey Vaghan. He has admitted to Sarah, I think is her name, grabbing him and him being there. There's a lot to this case. I can't think. I've got brain fog, but we've done a couple of live streams on this case, and I just really wanted to share this with you guys tonight. I turned it up. It was very, very low. I do apologize. I'll back it up to the beginning. This is, by the way, titled "We Want Justice. Man accused of killing Michael Vaghan appears in court before preliminary trial." This is from KTVB. If y'all don't mind, please twinkle, twinkle over to that thumbs up. Thank you.
My baby's gone. Like, it feels like I'm in panic mode again.
Pretty emotional morning there as the man accused of kidnapping and killing 5-year-old Michael Vaghan back in 2021 appeared in court today for a status conference. Our Morgan Romero sat in on Stacey Wondra's hearing in Fayette County this morning. Now, Morgan, these status conferences are pretty brief. They go very quickly. But what did you learn today?
Yeah, it lasted less than 10 minutes because it is really procedural. But while I was in court this morning, Stacey Wondra walked into the courtroom wearing dress clothes and shackles and took a seat at the defense table with his attorneys. And then just feet away, Michael Vaughan's mother, Brandi, who you just heard from, sat in the front row surrounded by friends. And one of those friends I wanted to show you guys passed out these blue ribbons with a monkey, which was Michael's nickname.
That is so very precious, and I'm glad they did that. Darzilla, thank you so much for sharing your membership milestone with us. You have been a member for a month. Thank you so much for the continued support, and thank you for being a member. Darzilla says, thank you for doing this. That son of a biatch needs to tell Brandi. Yes, he does, 100%.
Boom, 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 bam.
I agree. I really do. And if anybody in this world deserves justice, it's Brandi. Thank you for being a member for a month. That is super amazing, and I'm going to get you an amazing. I really appreciate you, Darzilla. Thank you for being here. Oh, he smiles about everything. Hey, Jenny Jen, good to see you.
Stacey Wondra appeared for his status conference in Fayette County ahead of his preliminary hearing this week. What was your reaction to seeing Stacey in court?
I started shaking.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to say something so badly. So badly. Lots of things. But I know that that's not going to help any. We want justice for Michael, and that's why we're here.
Wondra is charged with first-degree.
Could you imagine? Like, this motherfucker knows where my baby is. This motherfucker took my baby, knows where my baby is. Give me my baby. And you have to sit in the same room with him and not do anything. God bless her soul. Miss King of Anything, good to see you. I'm going to back it up a little bit because I paused it in kind of a weird spot. Like, I could not imagine going through something like this, but when I first became aware of Brandi and heard Brandi's story and testimonies and her confronting Stacey, she is a bright, shining light for Michael, and it is a beautiful thing. She's been through so much. They say that God don't put us through things that we can't handle because he knows we're strong. And I look at her and I'm like, my God, I mean, she's got to be the strongest person on this earth. I will always admire Brandi for how beautiful she is and everything that she does for her baby.
Wondra is charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, destruction of evidence, and persistent violator in connection with the death of little Michael Vaghan, who disappeared in July 2021 from outside his home in Fruitland. During Wondra's brief hearing Monday, the defense and prosecution told the judge they're ready to move forward with the preliminary hearing, which is where the prosecutor, Mike Duke, will argue there's probable cause to move these charges along to district court and a trial.
Discovery, because there's so much in this case, it is still ongoing. And I think both parties are aware of kind of the nature of that.
His attorney looks like him from the back. Hey, Andy, good to see you. MAGA 2028 says Trump for 2028. It's nice to meet you. Good to see you. Thank you for commenting. Yeah, after all that yapping he did, he told on himself.
In Wondra's prelim, an Idaho court spokesperson.
Look at that. I could not. I mean, God bless Brandi, because I would want to punch him so bad.
And says there won't be a jury or finding of guilt, but the prosecutor can call witnesses, and the defense can cross-examine and introduce their own evidence.
There will be some truths heard, and it's going to be really emotional. It's going to be hard.
Outside the courthouse, Michael's mom, Brandi, told me she also feels a sense of relief.
Now everybody can see what law enforcement has been doing, what the prosecuting attorney has been doing. They're still working, bringing in leads, following up on them. It's still an active, ongoing investigation.
Stacey's ex-wife, Sarah, and their two former roommates, Brandon Shurtleff and Adrienne Lucian, have also been named as suspects in this case.
A lot of them have admitted to what happened, too. Hopeful Opal, good to see you, says hashtag Brandi Strong. Yes. Oh, Opal said, if nobody told you today you matter, that smile you shared could be the sun on someone's darkest day. That was beautiful, and thank you for sharing that with us. And I'm glad you are here, Hopeful Opal. I remember seeing your name from before. All of these people have admitted in some way, shape, or form to what happened. I think all of them blame Sarah, but I think Sarah blames Stacey. We went over the court document, and like I said, I do sincerely apologize that I have not touched up on that because I've just been so sick today, and I just found out this morning that all of this was going on. But everybody needs to be held accountable. Everybody has played a part in this. Everybody has talked about what happened. It's frustrating for me, and it's not even involving me in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. It's frustrating for me to know that they admitted to these things and they were still out on the street. Still haven't been to court. I'm sorry. See, I like this brain fog. I'm not even putting y'all's comments on the screen. Julie, good to see you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Julie. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Sarah was charged in 2022 with failing to report Michael's death, but that charge was later dropped. According to Stacey's probable cause affidavit, he's accused of being present during Michael's abduction and later admitted to.
So this is going to go over it, thankfully. This is the document that we've been over in previous live streams.
Investigators, he watched Sarah carry the boy into their home as part of an alleged scheme to sell the child for $10,000. Wondra also implicated the others in the boy's death by suffocation and burial in the backyard of their Fruitland home, just down the street from the Vaughns. We were there as 5 cadaver dogs later flagged that same location during a search.
I believe it was a coordinated effort. And I believe there's people still conspiring as well.
Keep in mind that Stacey's the only one that's in the courtroom today. So I think that's what she means. The other three are still conspiring. And they need to be held accountable as well.
And Brandi says she wants to see justice served for everyone involved. Again, Wondra's preliminary hearing will begin at the courthouse tomorrow at 9 a.m. Right now it's scheduled to last all week, but we'll see how long it takes. We will be there, so stay with KTVB, ktvb.com, and KTVB Plus for all of the latest. Brian.
Morgan, last time you spoke with Brandi, she was dealing with some health issues. How's she doing today?
Amazing. I mean, you look at her and she looks so
Really
good.
does.
And she told me, you know, Morgan, I had a promise to keep and I want to see justice served for my baby. And that is what I am here for. And that is why I'm still around.
Yeah, I know. As emotional as today was, I can only imagine it's going to get worse as this progresses.
It's going to get worse, but she's amazing and she is surrounded by such a solid community.
Nice. Thanks, Morgan.
Yeah, you bet.
I am so glad that she is doing good. So the preliminary hearing started this morning, and we're going to go over what they have put out thus far on that as well. My computer froze. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we're back. Amazing. Tom, have a good night. I don't know why I can't see Tom's messages. If you're going to bed, sweetheart, I hope you have a good night. There you go. There you are. Have a wonderful evening. You too. You too, Tom. I've got a couple more videos from yesterday, and then we'll get into talking about what happened today.
Nearly 5 years after their son went missing, they face their son's suspected killer in court today. Stacey Wondra is charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, destruction of evidence, and a persistent violator charge as well in connection to the little boy's death. Our Morgan Romero was in court all day long. Take a look.
Stacey Wondra's preliminary hearing lasted all day here at the Payette County Courthouse. Prosecutors called 9 witnesses to the stand, and the defense was able to cross-examine them and ask their own questions. This preliminary hearing this week effectively acts as a mini trial, where the prosecution is arguing there's probable cause to move these charges along to district court.
So we're going to talk about what exactly, specifically, a preliminary hearing is. Cracker Jacks, my love, said, did Brandi get to bury Michael? Not yet. They haven't revealed the location of Michael's body, unfortunately. So unfortunately, she still hasn't gotten to bury him. Southern Cats, it took me a minute. I had to scroll back. I don't know why I couldn't see him. So it is basically what she said. They hear, like, not all of the evidence, but the most important aspects of the evidence, and get, you know, kind of in a nutshell or partial information for, like, what they have, what the investigation has produced, what the defendant has stated in police interviews, what the police have, what the FBI has, all of that. And they present it to a judge and say, is this enough for us to take this to trial? But I'm going to give you guys the Google definition as well. And it reads, a preliminary hearing is a legal proceeding that occurs after a person has been formally charged with a crime. Its main purpose is for a judge to determine if there is enough evidence to establish probable cause that the defendant committed the crime and should stand trial. During this hearing, the prosecution presents evidence and witnesses, while the defense has the opportunity to cross-examine. It is often referred to as a trial before the trial, and serves as an early checkpoint in the criminal justice process. So that's what's been going on. Darzilla, thank you so much for the super chat. That was so very sweet and supportive and amazing of you. Darzilla said that Stacey told everything, even where Michael was buried. I don't think he knew they moved him while he was in jail. When they didn't find Monkey, the coward said he was forced to talk, and it wasn't true. You are absolutely correct about everything you just stated.
Boom, 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 bam, bam.
That is exactly what happened. If I remember correctly, he stated that Michael was buried out by the shed, but he was in jail, and Sarah had been staying at the residence, and Sarah was freaking out, like saying, I didn't kill him. Stacey did it. God saved me. God said that I didn't do it. God said Stacey did it. Things like that. And she had time to move the body, unfortunately. And so while Stacey might have thought that the body was still there, there's possibility that Sarah moved it, or there's possibility that he could have been lying as he had done before. Either way, they know what happened to Michael and they need to give him back to his mama. Darzilla, that was so very sweet and supportive and amazing of you. I'm going to give you an amazing thank you for the super chat and thank you for the information that is imperative to this case.
Amazing!
I really appreciate that. Opal said, thank you for keeping Michael's name in the forefront. Yes, ma'am. I saw that this preliminary hearing was going on and I had to come bring it. But we needed to get to talking about it so you guys can watch it too. Abellis, thank you so much for gifting 20 Speculation Station memberships. You are amazing.
Amazing!
That was so very sweet and supportive of you. And I really, really, really appreciate that so very much, my love. Those memberships went to Law Nerd Girl, Jetta Cunningham, No Clue Why, Lake Girl, SF in Texas, The Crazy Mimi, Some Loudmouth, QT Card Designs, A Policeman's Daughter, Arkansas Lou, Alicia McCartney, Jennifer McLaughlin, Tony Pajamas, World Peas, not the same, Anthema, Raquel Antonello, Labrador Mom, Star Winters, and Healing Mama Nail. Those are some wonderful names. If you guys were gifted from Abellis and you are aware you were gifted, please tell Abellis thank you and let her know that she is amazing.
Amazing!
Thank you so much for that, Abellis. And I will grab the Polar Express to pick y'all up on the way to Speculation Station. Thank you so very much, Abellis. That was so sweet of you. All aboard. SF in Texas said, thank you for my gifted membership. Thank you for saying that, SF in Texas. I like the bird on your thumbnail, on your, profile picture. I love birds. SF is here. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to back this up just a smidge. She was talking about what exactly a preliminary hearing is, and we just read the definition for that. Basically, a trial before a trial.
Probable cause to move these charges along to district court and go to trial. In opening statements, Fayette County Prosecutor Mike Duke told the judge they'll present evidence showing how the criminal investigation led to Stacey and his ex-wife, Sarah Wondra. Duke said Wondra admitted to law enforcement Michael was abducted and buried in his backyard. The defense, meantime, argued Stacey didn't confess to anything. Michael's father, Tyler, was the first on the witness stand, followed by Michael's mother, Brandi. Outside the courthouse, she reflected on testifying in front of her son's suspected killer, saying it's not fair. They have to relive this again.
I have a lot of anger, and I still continue to have that because you sit there smiling and I know what you've said. It's disgusting. And
could you imagine what she's going through right now, to having to testify in front of this person who committed the homicide of your baby, and he's just smiling at you, and you've read, I could almost guarantee you that she could tell you every word on those reports, word for word. She could probably quote him word by word what he said on that stand, and he's just sitting there smiling because they're saying that he never confessed to it. And it is up in the air. It's up in the air until the judge says, okay, there's enough evidence here to go to trial. And then you've got the trial. So you don't know how it's going to go. You don't know if they're going to say there's not enough evidence. It's been over 5 years already. I mean, they were out free because there wasn't enough evidence. It's scary. Lippy, good to see you. No, never. I would just be a shell. I could not. I'm telling you, she is a shining star when it comes to strength and just a mother's love. I've always thought that about her. I've got so much respect for her. Good to see you, Lippy. You are in Vertical. If you go out and come back in through my page, you'll see the one that's not labeled vertical if you want to come over here. I'll try to grab the link. Today was the craziest stuff I've seen in a homicide trial. Crazy. Are you talking about the Corey Richens?
I'm angry. I'm confident in our testimonies and how Mike Duke is going through the process, laying the foundation of that day.
Do you think we'll ever know where Michael is?
I'm never going to stop.
I believe
one way or another, I'll find a way. Somebody's
she means that with every fiber of her being.
going to say something. They're arrogant and they're dumb criminals. And they think that they're going to get away with this. And they're not.
A scent-trailing dog handler testified his dog tracked to the Wondras' home using a scent from Michael's shoe. Then two cadaver dog handlers said their dogs alerted to human remains in the Wondras' yard during a 2022 excavation. No body parts or blood were found, but handlers say the dogs responded to residual scent. A Washington County deputy testified about video calls between Fruitland PD and Wondra in jail, and a Thanksgiving letter that Wondra wrote to the Vaughns that the deputy was told not to send. The Wondra.
Wait a minute. There's a Thanksgiving letter that was written to the Vaughns from Stacey Wondra that the office was told not to send to them. That's interesting. Crystal's Crime Conversations. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. I like your avatar. Says hello, everyone. Hello, my dear. It's nice to see you. I backed it up.
That the deputy was told not to send. The Wondras' former neighbor testified he spotted an unfamiliar tricycle at their home. Another witness said he found it over a bluff days after Michael went missing and left it at the subdivision entrance, where an Idaho State Police captain testified he later came across it. Wondras' preliminary hearing is expected to last the entire week, with the prosecutor telling me they have many more witnesses to call. I will be in the courtroom, so stay posted on KTVB and KTVB.com.
So this again is KTVB. There's also East Idaho News, which I'm going to grab the one down here from them next, and then we will see what they put out, if they put out anything in the past couple of hours for today. Don't be crazy, eyes. Oh my goodness. Virginia. Oh, Virginia. Hi. Said, hope you're feeling better soon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the heart with the little medical sign. That's so cool. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Smokey Show, good to see you. Oh, my heart hurts so bad for Brandi and Tyler. It does. I can't imagine what she's going through, but I'm so glad that they're having this preliminary hearing this week so that she's a step closer in getting justice for Michael. And I just could not. Even though I'm sick right now, I had to come and talk to you guys about it. Indy, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. Indy said, love you guys. Feel better, Just. Thank you. We love you too, sweetheart. That was super sweet and amazing of you. Thank you.
Amazing.
Basil says, amazing. Thank you for the support. And then Giraffe Titties. I love your name. Giraffe Titties. Did I get that right? I think that's what it says, Giraffe Titties. I could be reading it wrong, but I love that name. That is funny. Like, I've got this image of a giraffe with some bazookas, some big old honks. Yeah, I shouldn't be talking about that. Let me stop. Like, that is a great name. I love it. Thank you so much for gifting 5 Speculation Station memberships. That was so very sweet and supportive of you, and I really, really appreciate that. Those went to Smoke Show, Criminal Med, Faith Hughes, Axton Spoken Crazy, and yeah, okay, that was it. I apologize. Thank you so much. If you guys were gifted from Giraffe Titties, if you got some of them Giraffe Titties, please tell Giraffe Titties thank you. Thank you so much, Giraffe Titties. That was super sweet and supportive. I will grab the crazy train and pick y'all up on the way to Speculation Station. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I only saw 4 too. Sometimes if there's not enough people watching, it doesn't give them all out. It might refund. I don't know, but that's it. Either way, it's okay. It's something YouTube does. So, and sometimes it doesn't show up. So the person who was gifted might not show up. That's how you say it. I love that. You are so smart. That's like the best name I've heard in a long time, Giraffe Titties. I love that. Thank you so much for your generosity. You are amazing, and I really appreciate it.
Amazing.
Okay, let me get back to. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna watch from the Idaho News 6, and it's new details revealed on Michael Vaghan case as murder suspect.
Preliminary hearings for Stacey Wondra, the man
appears in court, and then we'll see what we've got for today. Yeah, like I said, I realized this was going on this morning, and we had to come talk about it because Brandi is somebody I admire like more than anything. Oh my goodness, Curious Christine, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That was so very sweet and supportive and amazing of you. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. It's good to see you. Thank you. Let me get you an amazing.
Amazing.
My goodness. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody so very much. I really appreciate the support. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
and charged in the disappearance and killing of young Fruitland boy Michael Vaghan. Neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker joins us live from the courthouse.
Yeah, Donna, a little over an hour ago, they wrapped up testimony, but it was a long day of testimony in the case against Stacey Wondra, the man charged with kidnapping and killing Fruitland boy Michael Vaghan in 2021. Now, we're still here at the Fayette County Courthouse where Michael's parents took the stand while facing their son's accused killer face to face.
I want to pause it before we get into her testimony. So they took the stand. Oh, yeah, this was yesterday again. And I think this is probably a different interview. Brandi will talk to all of them about Michael to get his name and information out there. And so there's probably a couple of different interviews with different news stations that she did. And he said, I haven't seen your geese in a while, but I think they are gray geese, not Canadian geese. Last time I saw them, they were fluff. I need to do another video of them when they come up to eat. I looked them up, and I think I think it's 2 French geese and then an African geese, or it's 2 African geese and a French goose. But it's African and French because Goosey is a male and has mated with one of the females, and I was checking like the crossbreed or whatever to make sure that the geese would live if they do have babies. And it said that they would, the type of goose they are is usually used for meat. Now we will not be using them for meat, but I need to do a basil video too. Okay, so let me, this is what Brandi said after having to take the stand and look at Stacey Wondra as he fucking smiled at her in court. Damn asshole.
They're arrogant and they're dumb criminals. And they think that they're going to get away with this. And they're not.
Brandi Vaghan, mother of 5-year-old missing Fruitland boy Michael Monkey Vaghan, finally takes the stand almost 5 years after her son was last seen alive. She and her husband Tyler were the first 2 witnesses called in Stacey Wondra's preliminary hearing that could take the rest of the week, laying out the timeline for that July evening when Michael went missing. As we reported, Tyler was the one who called 911 on that July night after a frantic call to his wife.
And it's been a long time, but I can still feel it. I can still hear it. I can smell it that night, that day.
Do you guys know? Oh my goodness, Darzilla, thank you. I'm gonna grab that in just a second. You know when hey Sam Brown, good to see you. When a traumatic event happens and you can remember everything, you remember the sound of the grandfather clock ticking. You remember what it smelled like. You remember what it felt like outside, everything on the walls, every picture, every broken piece of pavement in the road. And she's up there and testifying about it. And you know, she remembers everything. She can even remember the smell because that day is the day that changed the rest of her life. I know that she's strong enough to do this, and she will do this, but I mean, I don't mean to sound repetitive, but she just really is a pillar of strength and beauty to me. Orange Rose, good to see you, love. She is so strong. Darzilla, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. That is so very sweet and supportive of you. You are amazing.
Amazing.
Get you an amazing from Basil, not Bagel. Darzilla said Stacey wrote that letter to Brandi, then tried to commit the homicide or self-delete. I didn't know they didn't give it to her. Hopefully they can use it in court. Have you heard the letter? I think I remember hearing about that now, that he wrote a letter to her and then he tried to, I know you said unalive. I don't use that word. But yeah, I remember that being talked about now, and I appreciate you so much because you're talking, when you bring these things up, it makes me remember what happened and the time frame. I didn't know that they didn't give her that letter either, but they should be able to use it. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to use it. They probably didn't give it to her because so that they could use it. You know what I mean? Don't eat the basil. But yes, I agree. Virginia, good to see you. I don't know if I'm going to type in chat just in case you're a little bit further behind.
I wasn't even really looking at time.
During cross-examination, the defense questioned Tyler's use of marijuana while he was home with the kids.
During this period of time, during the day, were you smoking marijuana? Yes.
Tyler testified he did smoke a joint between the time he saw Michael.
Okay, but at this time, marijuana is legal in several places, even recreationally. That does not mean that he did not, that he's at fault. I mean, I just hate like when they bring shit up like that. Why is that important?
Alive around 6:15 and when he noticed he was gone around 7 p.m. But Brandi said she never had concerns about his smoking and said it was always kept hidden away and out of reach. In court, we also heard from 3 professional canine handlers who were called to assist in the investigation. One led detectives to Stacey Wondra's home while following a scent from Michael Vaughn's shoe. 2 others were called to the scene in 2022 when the backyard was excavated, giving positive alerts to the scent of human remains.
He very much pulled me to that property. Residual scent, the dog will alert on residual scent.
So I think he was buried back there, and I think Sarah absolutely did move him. Victim blaming, exactly, Hannah. It's bullshit. Well, next bunny name is clearly Bagel. Yeah, that is a good one. Right. I like cream cheese too. Maybe not in Idaho. It's not legal in Utah, is it? Well, I mean, but there's states that it is legal. So I'm thinking even if it's not legal there, I don't know. It's just something, it's victim blaming to me in my brain. Hearing that the dogs alerted to the scent of human remains is going to be paramount in this preliminary hearing, and hopefully it will go ahead and proceed to trial. And if he was there, where did they move him to?
And that's what I believe is happening on that day.
We also heard from an officer who worked at the jail where Stacey served time on unrelated charges and found a letter in Stacey's belongings addressed to the Vaughn family and signed by Stacey. The contents of the letter were not shared in court.
Damn.
Now, the court has scheduled off the rest of the week for this preliminary hearing,
okay.
But the state is expected to call one of their key witnesses tomorrow. It's going to start out right at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we are going to have live updates throughout the day on our website, idahonews6.com, as well as in all our shows. So stay with us here on Idaho News 6. Reporting from the Payette County Courthouse, I'm neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker, Idaho News 6.
Thanks, Riley. Charges in this case were a long time coming. Tonight, it's team coverage as executive reporter Karen Laird joins us with more of the backstory on how we got here.
Now, this is a case that Idaho News 6 has been following closely for you for years. I'm executive reporter Karen Laird outside the Payette County Courthouse, and I was in Fruitland in 2022 when police completely excavated the backyard of Stacey Wondra's home in their search for Mike.
And Brandi talks about having to hear them excavate that backyard and know that it's because they're looking for her baby. CM said a lot of people smoke Mary J. Doesn't mean crap, in my opinion. Why even bring that up? Exactly. Darzilla said, I think Sarah and Brandon moved Monkey when Stacey went to jail because they were afraid he would talk. We are on the same page, 100%, Darzilla.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
Yep. I doubt East Idaho News covered this story because Natty was in Utah today driving back to Idaho. Interesting. We'll see.
Michael Vaughn's body. As we reported at the time, police told us that tip came from someone who lived inside the home. And we later showed you those jailhouse interviews where Stacey Wondra was seen talking to law enforcement and directing them exactly where in his backyard to find Michael Vaughn's body. He lived at the home at the time of Michael's disappearance with his then wife, Sarah, and two other individuals who police at the time named all four people as suspects in Michael Vaughn's disappearance. Stacey's wife, Sarah, was charged with failing to report Michael's death, but after a body was never found, those charges were eventually dropped and Sarah was released. As we've reported, Stacey Wondra is the only person currently charged in connection with Michael Vaughn's disappearance and death, as this case now moves forward. We'll continue.
Sarah needs to be held accountable, and so does Brandon and Adrian as well. It's time. Look at that baby. Look at him and Brandi. Heart breaks for her. Okay. Let's see. I know they've probably put out some more videos on this. We just played that one from 23 hours ago. All right, hold on. My nails. I know I spelled it wrong. So we got one from an hour ago and one from 33 minutes ago. Then the rest are from a day ago and then 3 months ago. Okay, so we're going to watch the ones that are from today. Have some other things to talk about, but I don't know if I'm going to put them in this live because I really feel like this live needs to be solely for Michael, even if it is not as long as we normally go. I know, wasn't he? Wasn't he just precious? Quickly, content said, not all of us get lazy and watch TV. We smoke, and some of us get industrious, focused, work, clean. Pot affects everyone differently. It does. I clean up a lot. Curious said, I'm a tree-hugging, dirt-worshipping nature lover who has chronic illness and will never apologize for natural remedies. Good Mother Nature. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And I'm sorry you're going through chronic illnesses. These people are still walking around free as a bird, throw their butts in jail too for conspiring. Yes, can we get that, please? Extradited.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
It's another very heavy day.
Everybody knows something. Exactly. I don't care what others do. Exactly, Lori. One of my best friends has rheumatoid arthritis and is in constant pain. She has a prescription for it and takes it in the evening before bed. A lot of people do, and I don't see any problem with that. Thank you, Hannah, for the blue heart and monkey for Michael Monkey Vaghan. All right, so this is going to talk about today. It's from an hour ago.
It's another very heavy day in the Payette County Courthouse on day 2 of Stacey Wondra's preliminary hearing. He's the man accused of kidnapping and killing 5-year-old Michael Monkey Vaghan in Fruitland back in 2021. A Fruitland police detective was on the stand today as body camera video of her interviews with Wondra on November 10th and 11th of 2022 played. Detective Juanita Kelleher said Wondra requested to meet with detectives while he was in jail on unrelated charges because he wanted to give them information about Michael and make a deal. In the first hours-long video, she and other officers are questioning Wondra about what happened the day Michael went missing.
That was really interesting. He was in jail on unrelated charges and just decided to confess to them. And that's when he told them that Michael Monkey Vaghan was buried in the backyard close to the shed. But Sarah was living at that house at the time. And it's very possible that while Stacey was in jail, Sarah moved the body. We're in Texas. It's legal medicinally and in small amounts. That's good. Would you, Lorianne? I hope not. That man has had way too many pies. Absolutely. And needs to answer for what he did. Yeah, it does. He's a musician. Look at them muscles around his abdomen.
Admits to detectives his then wife Sarah and their roommate Adrienne Lucien abducted Michael, duct taped him, and planned to sell him for money.
At that point, I could hear the duct tape rolling around.
That's good.
Stretching and hear this little boy, murmuring and whining, crying hysterically for his mom.
Could you, okay, let's just stop right there. Being Brandi in court and hearing that he was whining and crying hysterically for his mother. Oh my God, I would be no more good. And he mentions vomiting. He says he vomited when they put Michael in the bag after having duct taped his hands. That doesn't make sense. You're not going to vomit after putting Michael in the bag if nothing was wrong with him other than him being duct taped. It's when you do something or you know that somebody is about to die that you usually vomit from stress and things like that. Or from what I've seen in the movies, I'm no professional. From what I've seen in cases and in the movies, it's usually after something horrific has happened with a lot of, like a homicide, that you vomit, not just from duct taping him and putting him in the bag. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that he threw up just after them duct taping him and putting him in the bag. I think there was some of that and a lot more going on. Virginia, I don't know if you're behind. I'll type it in chat, but hello, my dear. My heart hurts for his mama too. I would be laying my hands somewhere if I heard in court that my child was screaming and crying for his mother as you were committing his homicide. Oh my God. I would act first and ask questions later.
Sarah was holding him. Yeah. Wiggling and trying to get out. How was she holding? Just like
I know this is
like you would birth a baby.
What do you mean? So this is him?
Yeah.
How was she holding?
So here's his butt, or here's his butt. With this, but she was like really down tight.
Later that evening.
Wait a minute. I don't remember seeing that part. I could be wrong, but hold on.
He was, wiggling and trying to get out.
How was she holding?
Just like
I know this is
like you would birth a baby.
What do you mean? So this is him?
Like he would burp a baby. We're relating it off the bat to an infant.
Yeah.
How was she holding?
So here's his butt, or here's his butt. With this, but she was like really down tight.
Oh
Later
God.
that evening, Wondra said he, Sarah, Lucien, and their other roommate, Brandon Shirtliff, drove out to Shirtliff's mom's house in Cuna with Michael in a duffel bag. When they were taking him out there, Wondra said Michael was still alive. A video of another Wondra interaction is expected in court this week, including one we reported on last year where he directs police to where Michael's body is buried in his backyard.
Now, we went to, when we talked about this case last time, we heard the panel where Stacey is confronted by Brandi, and I'm going to share that channel with you guys again. Brandi seems to talk through them a lot, not talk through them, but they have a close relationship with her, and they're covering this as well. So I'm going to share that with you guys, and so that you guys have that source to go to. Can you imagine the control you have to have being near your child's homicide? Or I'm telling you, I'd be in jail. I'd be in jail. It really is. Did you hear about Ian Huntley? We're gonna look into that before we go. I sent the link you sent to my email.
It's like right under that mound area.
It's right under the mound. About where at compared to the trees?
A little like right to the right of the trees area.
And what is he wrapped in?
He should be, it should be a garbage bag.
Okay, what color is the garbage bag?
It would either be white or black. We only had 2 colors.
Michael's remains still have not been found. You can watch that full video on our YouTube page. Morgan Romero is in the courtroom and saw Michael's parents, Brandi and Tyler, crying and hugging each other.
Crying and hugging each other today. God. My heart hurts for her. And I'm going to be praying for her tonight.
In the front row during all that testimony. They had to leave the room. They came back after lunch.
God bless them.
We expect this hearing to go until 5 p.m. You can follow Morgan's live updates on our website at ktvb.com. Meanwhile, Stacey Wondra's preliminary hearing continues to bring gut-wrenching evidence to a Payette County courtroom. Wondra is accused of kidnapping and killing 5-year-old Michael.
I wish I could give Brandi strength. More strength than she has. I mean, just to hear that they were crying and they had to leave, it breaks my heart for her.
Monkey Vaghan.
Like, I don't even know what to
back in
say.
2021. Morgan Romero was there all day today on day 2, and she has the latest.
Good evening. Today was a really tough day for the family and friends of Michael Vaghan. A Fruitland police detective took the stand as hours of body camera video were shown in court.
Excuse me.
In the videos, detectives slowly pull more information out of Wondra about what happened to Michael, and his story changes multiple times.
Awesome, curious.
We saw body camera video from Detective Juanita Kelleher's interviews with Wondra on November 10th and 11th of 2022.
You are.
Kelleher testified Wondra requested to meet with detectives while he was in jail on unrelated charges because he wanted to give them information about Michael and make a deal.
I think this is the same one that we just saw. It's got the pictures in the same order because I remember seeing that picture of Michael and it's just a really good picture. Is this the same one we just watched? Hold on. No, it appears to be a different one. Yeah, it's a different length, but it's from the same people.
In the first hours-long video, Detective Kelleher and other officers questioned Wondra about what happened the day Michael was kidnapped.
We can send her positive thoughts and keep her in our prayers, and that will help. And I apologize about getting it wrong. We are going to read that article, and I'll look more into it. I do need to say that the pot around in the 80s is not the same as today. If you buy it on the street, you need to be careful. Yeah, you do. Because he's cost an awful lot of money to keep him alive and protected. Oh, you're talking about somebody else. Darzilla said he knows what happened, but I don't think he knows where Monkey is. Sarah knows, and she's being charged in October when she is released from where she's in jail now. That's good to hear. I didn't know that she was being charged when she was released. I was just thinking that she hadn't been charged yet. Hopefully, when she gets charged, she'll finally admit where he's at. Hopefully we can get Stacey, or they can get Stacey convicted and sent to prison, and then she'll start talking about where Michael is. I hope so. Okay, Bellis, be safe. He is adorable, isn't he? Looks just like his mama.
His then wife Sarah and their roommate Adrienne Lucian abducted Michael, duct taped him, and planned to sell him for money. He says their other roommate, Brandon Shirtliff, was also there.
At that point, you hear the duct tape rolling around, stretching, and hear this little boy, murmuring and whining and crying hysterically for his mom.
Whining and crying hysterically for his mom. And then we find out Brandi had to get up and leave. Probably because she heard that. Y'all, I would not be keeping it together if somebody told me my baby, your baby, his baby, their babies was crying hysterically for me while you were committing his homicide. Oh, nope. I would be making you cry hysterically. Like I said, she has got the patience and love of a saint. She really does. Brandi Neal.
Sarah was holding him. Yeah. He was, wiggling and trying to get out. And,
How was she holding me?
just like
I know this is
like you would birth a baby.
What do you mean? So this is him?
Yeah.
How was she holding
So
me?
here's his butt, or here's his butt. With this, but she was like really down tight.
As they listened to this, Michael's parents, Brandi and Tyler, cried and hugged each other in the front row of the courtroom.
God
They
bless
then
them.
left the room and returned after lunch. Wondra said after his roommates brought Michael back to their house, he, Sarah, Lucian, and Shirtliff drove to Shirtliff's mom's house in Cuna with Michael in a duffel bag. Wondra said Michael was still alive at that time.
And they talk about leaving him in that duffel bag at his mom's house. Ian Huntley was convicted in UK of homiciding two 10-year-olds in a suitcase. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Ian Huntley was convicted in the UK for the homicide of two 10-year-olds. He sustained an attack in prison last week, almost prison justice. Okay, that's what y'all are talking about. Thank you. I think I'm going to try to keep it at night. CM said, here's a question. I wonder if they, as in law enforcement, asked, who was they planning to sell him to? I've wondered that as well. I think it was Adrian who suggested that he could sell him, and allegedly people were saying that he was convicted of trafficking, and we looked up the charge, and yes, Adrian was convicted of trafficking, but it was trafficking substances, not people. I would like to know where they were going to sell him as well, or planning on selling him, if that's the case. Darzilla said Stacey thought he could be the first one to talk and get a deal. The others didn't trust him and knew he would talk, so they moved Monkey. Yep. I think that's exactly what happened.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
You are on a roll tonight, Darzilla. Absolutely.
He eventually admits to law enforcement Sarah accidentally killed Michael by suffocation, picked him up at the Cuna house the next day, and brought him back to bury him in the backyard of their Fruitland home. A video of another Wondra interaction is expected in court this week, including one we reported on last year, where Wondra directs police to where Michael's body is buried in the yard.
We will try there.
Okay.
Do you have any other suggestions for us, Stacey?
I mean, like I said, that's where he was buried.
Okay.
That's the last place I had known. Again, haven't been home for quite a while, and you know what I mean? So the only other place I would say, if he's not in that backyard, is go to Cuna to Brandon's house and check in the backyard by the tree area.
While we know human remains detection dogs alerted to the Wandra's backyard in Fruitland, Michael's body has still not been found. I will continue to be here at the Payette County Courthouse throughout the rest of the week. Follow along on ktvb.com for live updates.
So you can go to KTVB.com for live updates on the case. Curious said, how do you, quote, accidentally kill? You don't. And I don't think this was an accident at all, because he references throwing up when he put Michael in the duffel bag. I think that Michael was deceased at that time, and it's a less charge if he can get convicted of an accidental homicide instead of the actual homicide. You know what I mean? So I think that he's lying. They usually do. Criminals will lie first before they let on to the whole entire truth and what happened to try to get a better deal. We'll watch this short from 49 minutes ago, and then I'm going to share with you guys the page that has been covering this since it's been going on.
If you're following the case of Michael Monkey Vaghan, the 5-year-old boy who disappeared in Fruitland in 2021, here's what happened today in court as Stacey Wondra, the man charged with kidnapping and murdering him, faces a preliminary hearing. So I was inside the courtroom and we watched hours of unedited police interview video from 2022, so 1 year after he went missing. And in that video, Wondra tells detectives that he wants to help find Michael, but asks what kind of deal he might get in return. And he describes seeing what he described as a duffel bag used to move the boy, and claims Michael had duct tape on his mouth and was wrapped up in something. Wondra also points to other people who lived in the home with him at the time, including his wife, Sarah Wondra, and housemates Adrian Lucian and Brandon Shirtliff, while portraying himself as more of a bystander of everything that happened that night. And you will.
So, yeah, he's portraying himself as a bystander, saying it was an accident. I don't believe any of that. It's all bullshit, in my opinion, just to try to get him out of being charged and held accountable for everything that he did. Max, good to see you. I shared your post on your birthday because Abellis tells me when everybody's birthdays are, and she reminded me that it was your birthday the other day. So happy belated birthday, Max. It's good to see you. Darzilla had said, I'd been keeping up with Michael Monkey Vaghan since day one. The son of a bitch pissed me off, and he knows what happened and talked awful to Brandi. He needs to never get out of prison. I agree 100% with that, too. I hope they put him under the fucking prison.
You will also remember all three of those housemates have been named as suspects at some point or another. But bringing this back to earlier in the night that Michael went missing, Wondra says he heard the little boy crying out for his mom, a moment that became very emotional in the courtroom. When Michael's parents heard that, they did leave the courtroom. They were really emotional throughout all this video, but after this one, they needed a breather. But this preliminary hearing is expected to go to the end of the week as the state tries to make the argument that this case should go to trial. If you're following the
And it should. I agree with that 100% wholeheartedly. CM said he's already getting a deal, 3 hots and a cot. He doesn't deserve anything more, only the pain and suffering he's caused his family. I wish that we could inflict that pain onto him. And Hannah agrees and said, I hope he gets prison justice. Max said, I turned 29 years old, you guys. And everybody, Southern Cat says happy birthday. Curious Christine says happy birthday. Lori Ann says happy birthday. Everybody's telling you happy birthday. You are still young. You are still young. I wish I was still 29. What a blessing. So when we first started covering this case, there was already a lot. I was very far behind. I've just started learning about this case this year. And we went to this person. Excuse me. The title of their YouTube channel is Missing PNW, which stands for Pacific Northwest Crimes Revisited. I want to share their links with you because they are following the case and have been. This is where Brandi came and confronted Stacey on panel. So if you guys want to keep up with this case and I'm not live, or you want to know, what happened, etc., you can always visit the news channels we just talked about, but they are there, I do believe. It says live stream from Fruitland, Idaho. So I do believe that, I forget her name, but I think that she's there in the courtroom. So definitely check her out. She is front and center. And as you can see right here, Brandi is on there. I think this is a new video too. Yeah, the most recent post from Brandi. I saw a post from Brandi where she's highly upset with somebody, and so we'll play this short. Somebody has not been representing her correctly, and so we'll play what she had to say. AKA Respect Tickles, thank you so much for the super chat. Said emergency surgery in the morning. Oh no, what's wrong? What do you got a emergency surgery for? I know everything will be okay, but I'll be praying for you. Oh, my whiteboard is not in here. I'm just going to remember to pray for everybody tonight. Oh, my goodness. Did they get that? Oh, roommate in North Dakota, too. No, I don't think anybody else has been charged. It's Stacey Wondra's preliminary. AKA Respect Pickles, thank you so much for the super chat. That was so super sweet and amazing of you. Thank you so much for the super chat, and I will definitely keep you in my prayers. I'm sorry you're having to go through that. Darzilla said she is there with Brandi, and Brandi is always in comments on her lives. Yes. Definitely check her out, and I did drop the link to her. Hannah said, I hope your surgery goes well and sending strength. AKA says, prayers, Brandi, sending you love and prayers, gallbladder. Oh, really? Okay. My mama went through that. I'm sure you'll be okay. I hope you can hear me. I hope you're not behind. I've been watching Brady's videos asking another content creator to stop using her son's images and videos. Okay, so yeah, that's what I saw a post. I haven't seen the short, so let's see what the short says.
Good afternoon. My name is Brandi Christine Vaughn. I am Michael Joseph Vaughn's mama. Michael was abducted July 27th, 2021.
Of
There
course,
are 4
Michael.
named suspects
Thank you.
in his abduction and murder. Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Adrian Lucian, and Brandon Shirtliff. Currently, Stacey Wondra will have his preliminary hearing starting March 3rd through the 6th of 2026.
That's what we're watching now. So it started yesterday and we had today, which is the 4th, and we should have 2 more days of the preliminary hearing, and then we'll know if it's going to go to trial. I know it will, though. God willing, it'll go to trial. I can't imagine what she's going through, like, you know, wanting this moment to happen for so many years, and then it finally happens. I'm sure it feels very much unreal. And then having to hear and see that son of a bitch smiling at you and having to hear that your baby was crying out for you. I mean, oh God.
This message is to True Crime with Eve, the Eve Effect. I won't say the other one. I, Brandi Vaughn, am asking you to remove all 233 videos of Michael Joseph Vaughn. I believe that your advocacy for Michael has turned into something not helpful, not healthy, and not right.
Even asking somebody to take down videos, you can tell she's very much upset about what these creators did. I don't know who they are. I've never watched their videos, but she, even with the most elegance and poise and patience, she's asking them to take them down. I hope that they did, and I hope they do. Hey, Wolfpack, good to see you. I got to go back to the beginning backseat. I'm so interested in this Pray You Feel Better. Thank you so much, Wolfpack. I really appreciate that, sweetheart. Yeah, we're about done. We're watching this, and I'm probably going to go for the night so I can get some rest. This is definitely necessary. My mom had hers removed several years after her stroke, sending all my love. Yes, we are keeping you in our thoughts and prayers, Pickles. It's been a while. They just did ultrasound with my with stroke. My risks are higher. Yeah, my mama went through it. You just got to watch out for greasy foods and things, but I know you'll be okay. And I have stuff to talk about, so we will be live tomorrow, and you can let me know how it went, or whenever. Feel free to email me too, but I'll be keeping all of y'all in my thoughts and prayers, as well as Brandi and Tyler tonight, that everything goes well and that y'all are okay.
You have compromised your integrity. You are, how do I put this? Coercing with 3 suspects in Michael's abduction and murder.
So, like Darzilla said, she's blaming, so this True Crime with Eve person is blaming Tyler and taking up for all of the suspects in this case. Are you fucking serious? Whoa, that's so fucked up. I try to look at things from all perspectives, okay? And there's no way. They've admitted they found, I mean, the canine dogs hid on the backyard. What do you mean? Like, I don't know how it could even be a question of who did this. Yeah, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Lorian said, I love you and your kindness. I love you too, and thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all of y'all's kindness too. Y'all really make my day. Every day. Y'all, True Crime with Eve. No ma'am.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
That's so fucked up. You can't fix stupid. You just can't. Jesus, ma'am.
Murder. You speak to the alleged murderer every day. I'm asking you to remove all of those videos of Michael.
What the fuck?
Because you do not have Michael in your best interest.
I agree with that. Can Miss Brandi get a bing bop?
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
How the fuck is this nasty bitch talking to him every day? Talking to him every day?
What the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck? Hell no. Yes, shame finger. Like 10 foot, 9-inch shame finger.
in his best interest.
Excuse me. I love the flowers behind her that she dried.
You're wrong.
Damn right she is.
And justice and the truth will be heard.
Damn right it will.
So, remove all your videos of Michael Joseph Vaughn and do not speak on him or this case any further. Thank you for your time. Have a great day, everyone.
The fucking sheer audacity to be talking to this fucking murderer and talking about the child that he's accused of committing the homicide of every day and having 200 and some odd videos when you're talking to the person who committed his homicide. What the fuck? The sheer audacity of it all. Gar said she would be in court to support Stacey. She didn't show up, probably afraid of Brandi because all the bullshit she is saying. She needs to stay the fuck away from Brandi. She needs to stay far the fuck away from Brandi. Brandi don't need her bullshit while she's dealing with everything she's dealing with. She needs to stay far the fuck away. She's full of bullshit. I believe it. I believe it. I have some in my kitchen. Very pretty and fun to do. Awesome. She's forgiving and loyal and protective. She's one of the good guys. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be with the dog. I'll stand by the dogs that alerted to the human remains scent in the backyard. But Bellis, I was so glad that he came in and that you were going to be able to tell him happy belated birthday. I know that you had wanted to do that. I told him that you reminded me of his birthday. Just grounded forever. Okay. So this is what Hannah sent me. We'll look into this. I've also got some pregnancy things that we got to talk about very much. I mean, it's real important that we talk about these things. So I'll be live tomorrow or the day after to talk to you about this stuff, the other stuff I found today, but I don't want to mix cases. So I'm going to read this and we're going to see what this is. And then we're probably going to end it so I can get some rest. And we will talk about these other things tomorrow or the day after. So this is from Hannah at the beginning of the stream, and she sent me this. It says, Cleveland police hoping to find answers after bodies of 2 girls found stuffed inside suitcases and buried in shallow graves. The bodies were found on the east side of the city by a local who was walking their dog, police say. Cleveland police are hoping to find answers after the bodies of 2 girls were found stuffed inside suitcases and buried in shallow graves. Chief Dorothy Todd said during a news conference Tuesday, police received a call Monday evening to respond to an area on the east side of the city. A local had been walking their dog through a field near a school in the area. Quote, the caller stated they had found what appeared to be a body inside of a suitcase, unquote, Todd told reporters. As officers investigated the area, they found, quote, what appeared to be a second shallow grave, and they could tell that there was a second suitcase in that location, unquote, the chief said. Man, I hope we're not about to have another Gilgo Beach. No, I'm not, baby, sweetheart, love of my life. No, ma'am. I cannot have children no more. Don't you put that on me. No, ma'am. You see the boobs? Oh, it must be, what is it? We ranked Sydney Sweeney's 7 best photos. Number 6 is unreal. That's what it says. I don't know why it just disappeared, but, oh, it's different. It's different ads. Thank you. You know, ginger, honey, tea, other stuff. Yeah, I need to be doing that. I did eat some of my honey and garlic today. Okay. Okay, I hope this is not about to be another Gilgo Beach where they find a litany of bodies and there's an alleged serial killer. Continuing with the article, Todd added that the bodies had not been dismembered. While the girls are yet to be identified, Todd said they were both African. It says black, but I try to say African, and gave approximate ages. One of the girls is believed to be 8.5 to 13, and the other is suspected of being 10.5 to 14. It's unclear whether the girls were related. Todd said no local missing children reports have matched the girls' descriptions, but added, quote, we are checking statewide as well, unquote. The chief said federal authorities are also helping in the investigation. Police are yet to reveal how or when the girls died, but Todd said they had been buried in the area for some time. No suspects have been identified in the investigation, and police have no solid leads as of Tuesday afternoon. Todd said investigators may have trouble finding video captured on cameras in the area because a lot of the cameras don't capture historical data. When asked by a reporter if she's seen a case similar to this one before, Todd said, "Not that I'm aware of." While police have said there's no ongoing threat to the public, Todd said all residents should always be cautious of the ongoings of their neighborhoods. They've reached out to the police for updates on the case. The best thing to find is answers. It's just a terrible, horrific situation. I'm going to leave that up because I'm going to look more into that and see what we can find. Hopefully, they can get some DNA off of the suitcases. No, you're good. Just don't put no damn children on me. I've got I got 8 more years, and then all the children are grown by legal standards. I don't think they're grown until they're in their late 20s, but by legal standards. So I don't need any more. No, thank you. What is the Chinese remedy? They usually do have a lot of good ways to get over being sick. My husband's best friend just found out he's going to be a dad. Oh, well, that's still sweet, even if he is old as fuck. Vitamin C. I do need some vitamin C. I absolutely do. All right, you guys. Yeah, tell him we said Christine. Tell him we said congratulations, please. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for the amazing support. Oh my goodness. So Darzilla shared their membership milestone for a month and said, "Thank you for doing this. The son of a bitch needs to tell Brandi." Darzilla then also sent a super chat and said, "Stacey told everything, even where Michael was buried. I don't think he knew they moved him when he was in jail. When they didn't find Monkey, the coward said he was forced to talk, and it wasn't true," which is absolutely true. Thank you, Abellis, for gifting 20 memberships. Thank you, Darzilla, for sharing those. Giraffe Titties shared 5 Speculation Station memberships. Thank you so much for that, Giraffe Titties. Curious Christine, thank you so much for the super chat. Darzilla sent another super chat and said, "Stacey wrote that letter to Brandi and then tried to commit self-delete. I didn't know they didn't give it to her. Hopefully they can use it in court." I hope they can too. I think they said they haven't used it as of yet, but I hope that they do get to use it. And AKA Respect Pickles let us know that they're having emergency gallbladder surgery in the morning, and please to keep them in your prayers. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Please keep Respect Pickles and everybody in your thoughts and prayers. Brandi and Tyler, as they go through what is probably one of the hardest things that they've had to go through. Not the hardest, but one of them. I will definitely be keeping a close eye on this. And again, check out Pacific Northwest Missing PNW Crimes for more information from Brandi specifically, and the East Idaho News and that WTVB. Thank you, mods. You guys are amazing. I could not do this without you. I really, really appreciate you guys. People on Kick, I'm still working on getting that set up. I apologize. I've not been good today. Today's been a very hard day because I've been so sick. I will get it fixed to where you guys can chat. I've just got to figure out how to do all of that. Hannah said, "Thank you, Jess, mods in chat. Hopefully soon justice for Monkey." I agree. I hope to God that he gets the justice that he so desperately needs. And I think that we are definitely one step closer in having that. Cracker Jacks, I will email you, and Hannah, I'll get up with you too about the resin molds that I have, so you can pick out what you want and let me know what colors that you want. To the rest of you, I am with Lori Ann, sending all my love to you all. I hope you have a wonderful evening. If nobody's told you, you are enough, you are important, you are special, and you are very loved. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow or the day after. Tomorrow or the day after. Depends on when Hio wants to come live. And so we'll go from there. I should be putting out more body cam soon. All right. So y'all stay safe out there. Bye.
Click in, take a seat, facts first. Then we speak from breaking buzz to a cold 5 deep. We think, we keep receiving. Yeah. Welcome to allegedly speculating, where the headlines meet the waiting. Okay, so take, we're investigating. Talking out smart, but let me speculate.
Thank you, Lori Ann, for renewing your membership. I really, really appreciate that. I'm going to grab the crazy train to pick you up on the way to Speculation Station. Thank you so very much.